make this little video to prove that the Most High Yah doesn't play about lying, about people, about who they are, where they're from, about taking people's land. I'm just going to show you this, do this, and then I'm going to go to the scripture really quick. And this is going to be a very quick video. But for those who are lying and saying we are not indigenous to this land, the Most High Yah is going to get you. He says, whoa.
Propaganda is to push the false historical narrative of all Black Americans being from Africa for the purposes of countering our will to claim what is rightfully ours.
Our land. They want our land. They're trying to steal our land.
Well, when I went to Harvard in 1991, I raised money to count
about the amount of money, land, and resources the federal government would have to commit to those people on their behalf. But at its root, the true reason for this DNA propaganda is to push the false historical narrative.
Coming down there, they're taking over old Indian infrastructure, their schools, they're taking over their mills, they're taking over their farms. Okay, the schools they would turn into schools to train the new white European people in the system as well, because they were actually being imported from all over Eastern Europe for the most part in the Caucasus regions. So they actually had to be trained in this new system of land ownership and surveyed land and frankly how to farm. Meanwhile, they had other schools turned into re-education and indoctrination schools for the Indians. That's what was going on. And these are the three religious organizations that were deeply on the record schools for the Indians. That's what was going on. And these are the three religious organizations that were deeply on the record tied to it. Schools for the Indians. That's what was going on. And these are the three religious organizations that were deeply on the record tied to it. So once they've accumulated and attracted all these land titles, these deeds, okay, therefore, when the bank collapses due to investing in initial public offerings and crazy stock market things, they're able to just turn around and go, oh, sorry, your deposits are gone. Now, the next question might be, well, okay, that stinks that I lost my dollars, but, you know, I had a title in there to my 200 acres of land in this part of Georgia. What happened to that title? Oh, funny thing happened after the bank went bankrupt. These records got destroyed. This is literally what they did. This is on the record. This is how the rulers of...
Wait a minute. What was that? Did you hear that, guys? That was the ancestors. They're reminding us of a historical fact. The KKK was created in 1865. Damn. We don't even get a KKK until the Union comes to town. Damn. The Union was so cool. Them was the good white folks, but all the lynching and the massacres and all that, that doesn't happen until the end of the Civil War, until the Union victory, until emancipation. Whoa. Guys, look at this map of Black massacres. Look at the dates. 1875, 1868, 1873, 1874, 1868, 1874, 1906, 1908, 1910, 1920. Guys, all these massacres happened after emancipation, after the Civil War. We was better off with the Confederates. Shit. The Klan didn't exist back then. Whoa.
Over 10.5 million.
From Indian to Negro. Let me see what the chat's talking about real quick. Let me see.
Okay. But now we're mad as hell. Like, I'm mad.
The white man said who came here. Columbus was not the only European who said, quote unquote, Negroes were in the Americas.
Negroes don't mean African. Negro is Spanish for black.
That whole part right there. Negro does not mean African.
And if you go and do the research, you'll find out that Shem was the progenitor of the Negro. Shem. Shem, not Ham. Shem. And Bishop Muth. Shem was the progenitor of the Negro. Shem was. Let's go. I think that's enough of that right there. Okay, so here it is right here. Oops. Ham translates to hot. The youngest son of Noah, born about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitors of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, the Canaanites. You can see this in Genesis 10:6-20. His indecency when his father lay drunken brought a curse on Canaan. It says here, he's the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes. It says here, Ham, he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, Libyans, and the Canaanites. This is a definition in the Old Bible. This is in the Old Bible. Nimrod and Samarov did take peace from the land and demanded tributes, making war with their neighbors. Who's that? That's us. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites. Ham. This is a definition in the Old Bible. It's not in the New Bibles. They used to give definitions, but not the Negroes. We're the Negroes. We're the Negroes. We're not related to Ham at all. This is Zondervan Bible Dictionary. As it says, the book and the chapter among the canonical books of the Old Testament in the Vulgate, but not found in the Hebrew Old Testament. The Roman Catholic Church received as canonical at the Council of 1546. All of these books except 1 and 2, Second Esdras, and the Prayer Manasseh from the time of the Lutheran Protestants have rejected their canonical. They include they have rejected 1st and 2nd Esdras, Tobit, Judith, in the Judith additions to the Book of Esther, the Wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiastes, Baruch. They've rejected the epistles of Jeremiah, the prayer of Azariah, the songs of the 3 men, Susan, the bell, the dragon, and 1st and 2nd Maccabees. They've rejected this. That was just an they took them out. They took them out. So now let's go over to the other thing. How Abba is not going to play about this. Hold on, let me pause it. I just wanted y'all to see this. This is the book that I have right here, but you can, let me show you how to do it for free. This is just a second thing. I wish I had known this. Then this little Bible that I have is $50. So, and I actually sent one to somebody. I I sent one to somebody, a friend of mine. She never read it. So I said I would not do that again. I would not spend my money because my money comes far and few in between. So now I send and why was Canaan cursed? Because Ham had a baby with his mom. Canaan is the offspring of him and Ham having a baby with them together. They violated Abba's law. That's why Canaan got cursed, because Canaan was the offspring, was an offspring of the mother, Noah's wife, and Ham having a baby together. They violated Abba's laws. But let's get to this. Wow. So this is what you go right here. Click on it. And it will open it up for free. There it is. There it is right there. So this is what y'all see me do. You all, and you can download it. But I have the book. But you can also download it in the PDF form. So we're going to Isaiah right quick. And you see all the stuff that they leave out. They put it at the bottom of each page. Everything that got left out. The definitions of stuff. It'll be an asterisk right next to it. See? Let's see, can I find an asterisk here? Okay, just make it easier. 143 and 8. So 143 and 8. See right there? So you go down to the end of the page and say, what do they really mean by dawn? It'll tell you what they really mean by dawn. Like right here. Let's go to Daniel. I love teaching this. I love that Abba allowed me to do this. Chronicles. In their book Chronicles, and Daniel is at the back. After Malachi. In our book, Malachi is the last. That's why I have to remember where things are. Okay, Nahum. I don't want this video to be too long. I want to rest today. And then maybe tomorrow I'll do another series of thanking Abba in every situation. Israel. There it is right here. So the reason I want to show you this is, this is Daniel 12, starts right there. So in Daniel 12 it says, at that time Michael will stand, the great heavenly prince who stands in support of the members of your people. So there's the asterisk right there. So let's go over here. What people is he talking about? Who is he protecting? Who is he protecting? Michael, the guardian angel of Israel, stands in defense of his people at the time of catastrophe. So when we're having a hard time and then we suddenly get up out that hard time, something miraculous happens, just like with me when I was in my bad car accident, the airbag didn't go off. Michael's standing there. He's stopping the airbag from go off. Now, my head doesn't totally separate because my neck breaks in 3 places, but my head don't totally come off, and then my spine doesn't get separated, and now I'm not paralyzed, because they said if the airbag had went off in my car, it did not. If the airbag had went off in the car, I would have immediately died or I would have been immediately paralyzed. Do you see that? So I am thankful to the Most High. So let's go back up here. Now we're going to go to Isaiah 10. Isaiah 10. It's Obadiah. And you know in Obadiah what's going to happen. That's the whole book of Obadiah right there. Right there. So y'all can go and screenshot and read it. And then you can go down and read the extras down. You know what? I'm just going to read it for you. And it reads, this is the vision of Obadiah. Thus says the Most High Yah, the Elohim, concerning Edom. We. Okay, so let's go down and see what the we says. We. We quote the nations, alternately quoting Obadiah and his fellow prophets. We have heard tidings from the Most High Yah. A messenger, which is an angel, has been sent among the nations, saying, arise, let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made you, let's go see what you means. Made you, Obadiah addresses Edom. You can see Jeremiah 49, 14 through 16. We have heard tidings from the Most High Yah. Arise, rise up for battle. Behold, I have made you inferior among the nations. You are very despised. The wicked of your heart. Edom is very wicked. The wickedness of your heart it misleads you. You who dwell in the clefts of the rocks, in the lofty abodes. Who says in their heart, who can bring me down to earth? Even if you rise your nest like the eagle, if you place your nest among the stars. You know that the oppressors in America, they use the eagle. And he says, I will bring you down from there. From there. And then these are the words of the Most High. Yeah. These are the words of the Lord. If these had come upon you, if plunderers of the night, how utterly are you cut off? They're going to be cut off. This is what the Most High. And would they not steal only until he had enough of themselves? Now let's jump down here. The retribution is coming. Retribution is coming. You don't get to get away with stuff. No, you do not. Not in Abba Yah's laws and land. For the day of the Most High Yah is upon all nations. All nations. So Christians, sorry, your ass is going down. It's close. As you have done, so shall it be done to you. So you don't get to drink blood and eat bodies and get away with harming people. Nope, that ain't how it works. Your requital shall not return upon your head. For, why? Just as you drank on my holy mountain, so will all the nations drink ceaselessly. So everything that you did on my holy mountain is going to do to you. It's going to be done to them. It says here, all the other drink, they will drink and be confounded and become as they never were. On Mount Zion, there will be a refuge. Now, this is the second one, so we're going to have a refuge on Mount Zion while the Most High Yah is putting boots to ass to everybody. And it will be holy. And the house of Jacob will inherit those who had disposed them. The house of Jacob will be a fire. The house of Joseph will be a flame. So Joseph, again, in the end, comes out on top. What did I say? The most hated child will end up getting the double portion. The most hated child end up getting the double portion. That's Deuteronomy. And the house of Esau for straw. So Jacob, Joseph will set Esau aflame. And they will be ignited, and we're going to ignite them and devour them. We're going to destroy them. And there will be no survivor of the house of Esau. For the Most High Yah has spoken, and those of the south land will inherit the mountain of Esau. Who is the south land? That is the tribe of Judah. The tribe of Judah will inherit the mountain of Esau. And those of the lowlands will inherit the Philistines, and they will inherit the fields of Ephraim and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin will inherit Gilgad. And this exile host of children of Israel, whom among the Canaanites until Zephyr, and the exile of Jerusalem, which is in Shepherd, will inherit the cities of the south, and saviors will ascend. Saviors with an S. Saviors will ascend Mount Zion to judge the mountain of Esau, and the kingdom will be the Most High. Let's go see what saviors is. Who is the saviors? Who's the saviors? Wait a minute, make sure I'm giving you the right one. Now that's 21. It must be at the bottom of the page. Who is the saviors? The Messiah and his colleagues. Who is that? See Micah 5:4. Will exact retribution from the Edomites, from their cruelty. Then the Most High Yah will recognize their sovereignty in the whole entire universe. Let's go to Micah 5:4. Who